Old Jazz hears everything. We've been backpacking out here in Hoosier National Forest, setting up camp for the night. It's all looking pretty good. It's supposed to be a beautiful evening, a little bit of chance of rain, so I'm putting a tarp up just in case. But yeah, it's going good. Spooky jazz, shroonies. Oh yeah. Here's one thing about the Hoosier National Forest. Gigantic old growth trees. Woo. Like it might have been two trees decide to go their own way, but still could not get apart from each other. Now, I don't know if you just heard that, but my phone just dinged. So that's one advantage being in the Hoosier National Forest, especially up high. We're up on a ridge that you can get cell service. Pretty nice little convenience right there. You can check in at home base, make sure everybody knows you're doing okay, go on with it. This is something that surprises me just a little bit. I don't hear a lot of animals out here right now. Of course, we've been setting up that shelter and making a lot of commotion, and Jazz is out hunting around. Even birds and stuff. I don't hear them and I don't see them. You know, it is the dead of winter. You know, it's February 1st, so even though it got a little bit warm today, maybe a lot of stuff is still hibernating down in their little holes underneath the ground. And just not coming out. It just didn't get ground to warm up so they would come out. Now I see Jazz over here digging in some leaves, so maybe she found something. I'm just going to sit here on this log and see if maybe I can't see something come in. But it all depends if Jazz settles down or not. If she keeps exploring around, not much chance of that, I don't think. Furry animal, I wouldn't come out either if I saw the Jazz. She's a good dog. She's a great watchdog. A little bit scary at times, but in a good way. There's something chirping around. Not exactly sure what kind of bird that is. Something made it mad. Hey, I wanted to show you these boots. I got these boots probably about 5 years ago. They are Solomon's, and they are tough. This is the best insurance policy that you could buy when packing a heavy pack through a forest. A lot of people say they want to go with the lightweight trail shoes, but no way. I would much rather have this, have the support, have the grip, have the steel shank in it. These are Salomon X, I think it says there. These are Salomon X Alp These are nice boots right here. Just super strong, and I'm glad to have them. You know, when you get to camp at night, you can always take them off. If you've got the luxury of having a pair of camp shoes with you, that's super cool. Even around 2000 or so, you know, 24 years ago, that movement started. Lightweight, lightweight, lightweight. And everybody brought the lightweight shoes in and stuff like that. But there have been more hikers pulled off the trail because of foot problems and ankle problems from wearing lightweight shoes. I don't get it myself. I want something, especially if you're packing a heavy pack like I've got right now. Say that pack is about 50 pounds now. I added a few more things to it. You know, I want something supporting my ankles, supporting my arches. I want something tough. You know, even walking and stubbing your toe on a rock sticking out of the trail, you know, a big pair of boots like this just go right through it and you just keep going. If you got a light pair of shoes on, you're liable to break a toe or at least bruise a toe. When it comes to boots, when it comes to hiking, when it comes to backpacking, I tell you what, I'm all for the big boots. You know, if a couple little extra pounds is going to hurt you on the trail, just kind of get out there and work on the gym a little bit, work on your legs a little bit, get in better shape, because it's well worth the insurance policy to have a good, solid pair of boots on. Yeah, it's funny, as I'm sitting here, the forest is coming alive. You just start to see little things moving, little squirrels, and looks like either chipmunks or could be mice running around on the ground a little bit. Not much, but you start to see it. You start to hear the noise. You know, you come out and you set camp up, you're pretty busy making your own noise out here and stuff. But if you just grab you a tree like this and you just sit down on it and relax, I tell you what, there's a lot of stuff always going on in the forest. Not to mention the sun now is starting to drop down the horizon, so all the trees will start getting highlighted. You can kind of see that, where the sun will hit them on one side and really start making some picturesque photographs for you. Very, very nice. Yet to see a deer, have not seen a white-tailed deer, a coyote, a bobcat, a cougar. Haven't seen anything like that yet. I suspect tonight might be a little different. I can only imagine all the smells she picks up out here. I think Jazz is a bird dog. She's got bird dog in her, because she'll actually point. I think Jazz found her little mouse hole. Better be careful, she's gonna get her nose bit down in that. Anything could be down in there. Possum, raccoon, hard to say. Skunk, ooh, that'd be bad. I'm going to try something new here. I've never tried this before. I brought a kitchen trash bag from the cabin. I'm going to go ahead and fill it full of leaves, tie it up really good so it doesn't leak out in case the leaves will be a little bit damp, and see if I can't use this as a pillow and then have my inflatable pillow on top of it. Let's see if it's going to work. I'm thinking that it's going to work. Now I do know that if I was going to go on a winter backpacking trip a lot farther than my vehicle, I would definitely have a couple big trash bags with me. In case of an emergency, for some reason you didn't bring enough clothes, you start getting cold, you could definitely fill the trash bags with leaves and put them all over you and try to stay warm. Works pretty good as a pillow. And then in the morning, rather than to pack the weight out and have the bulk, I'm left with just a trash bag again. So that seemed like a pretty good deal. I squeeze all the air out of it. Try it. Yeah. Might work pretty good. Give it a shot. About this time is when you find out if you got all the sticks from underneath the tent floor. Yep, because if you didn't, you'll sure be feeling them right now. I brought a real nice Mountain Hardwear sleeping bag. Notice if you follow my channel, a lot of my gear I've had for a long time, but you know, I try to take care of things, and by taking care of them means you'll have them to use over and over again. It's a mummy bag. I don't care for mummy bags too much, but I think this is going to work good. I brought Jazz a sleeping pad and a Mountain Hardwear jacket to wrap her up in, so she should be toast. Here's another misnomer that people will say, and I don't agree with, is to go as light as you possibly can, even in the winter. See, when it comes to winter, the problem is you could get in trouble so fast if the weather changed, something happened, and you don't have the right gear with you. So for instance, on this trip right here, you know, my pack weighs almost 50 pounds, but I got a full set of rain gear in case this system decides to change a little bit and more rain comes in that's expected. I have an extra down vest with me, extra pair of socks with me, things like that, just in case something was to happen. You know, you want to have extra things with you. Hypothermia is nothing to mess with in the wintertime. So if you got to work out a little bit harder and pack a little bit more weight, do it in the wintertime, spring and fall. Summer, yeah, take a pair of shorts, t-shirt, whatever you want to do, go light, go fast. Not a problem. Wintertime, need to think about it. Make sure you've got enough stuff in your backpack to survive several days in case you get hurt and nobody comes looking for you. And this is basically all my advice. A lot of times I'll give. I do almost all my trips solo. Almost 99% of my trips are always solo. So I make sure that I cover all the edges. I make sure I cover all the corners, just because I know if something happens out here right now, it's just me. Well, the Jazz is over there, but I'm sure the Jazz would probably hang out with me. She's not going to be like Lassie and go get help and bring them back to me. I doubt if that's going to happen. So just keep that in mind. If you go solo, just be prepared for the unexpected, for sure. Yeah, it's really gotten warm out here now. Here this last hour, a lot of times toward evening, it'll start cooling off, but the wind has totally died right now, and it feels pretty good out here. So Jazz is taking her a little bit of nap. Now that's another thing, you know, about when I said I don't have a lot of fires anymore. You know, a lot of times if I'm hiking, and especially like if I'm fishing, you know, I'll go out and I'll fish 12, 14 hours a day. When I get back to camp, I'm not really concerned about a fire, because I want to get to sleep, get a good night's sleep, wake up the next day and get on out there. Throw a line in or whatever I'm doing. I got a feeling right when it gets dark, me and Jazz are going to crash out. Hopefully we'll get a great night's sleep and see you in the morning. But now we're going to cook a little supper. I've told Jazz for a long time now, Spam, eggs, and butter toast coming right up. I've got several nice stoves. This one here is actually the larger of a couple of them. I've got them a little bit smaller than this too. Set that right there. Hey, have you ever had Spam? I tell you what, People make fun of it, but when it comes to camping like this, oh man, you don't have to keep it chilled. I personally love it. I think it's awesome. First course coming up. Woo! Spammy, spammy. First time I ever used Spam in these little packages, little single service packages, but seems like it's pretty nice, works pretty good. Perfect, you're on a solo trip, don't really need all that much. Smell that Spam? Woo! Hey, I mentioned earlier I belong to Facebook pages, Canadian survival Facebook pages. A lot of the Canadians, man, they like Spam. Of course, hey, you know, you don't have to keep it cool, and it's good. It's really good. If you like bologna, you'd like Spam. Jazz, we'll let that cool off and we'll have some, okay? I bet we're going to bring in all the coyotes. Every one of them. Probably have 150 coyotes all circling our tent tonight. Old Jazz is being pretty good. No, stay. Stay. That's the Spam you're smelling there, bud. Stay. Stay. Where you going? No, you're not coming around here. Come over here. Here. No, over here. Here, over here. Come here. Come here. All right, sit down. Had to fake her out there. Let me try it first, make sure it's okay. All right, bub. There you go. Yeah, you got slobber coming up of her. Yeah. Woo! How's that for camping? Yeah. Well, Jazz approved of the Spam. Pretty well thought she would. And I know she loves eggs. This is a pretty nice little container right here. You can pick them up anywhere, any big box store, camping gear, they usually have them. Uh-oh. We have got one that was damaged. Damaged egg. Damaged egg. Glad I put that paper towel in there. One egg. Oh, yeah. Two eggs. Three eggs. I don't know how you like your eggs. I usually scramble mine up a little bit. Mix them all up. I eat 2 eggs a day. Protein, all kind of vitamins in it that you don't find in most foods. Eggs are a great thing. If you eat keto health, you don't have to worry about the cholesterol either. A lot of people are scared of eggs because of cholesterol. Nah, you don't have to worry about it. Dr. Eric Berg on YouTube. Check him out. But Dr. Eric Berg, eggs, and he'll talk all about it. He'll set you straight on the eggs. Yeah, so see, taking a small backpack trip, not hiking 10, 20 miles a day, allows you to do a lot of things like just kind of hang out, relax, cook you a nice supper. I mean, you can do it if you're packing that far, but sometimes it's always better to just take it easy. Eagles knew that. Here's something else I brought. I guess this might be considered a third course, and it has almonds, pumpkin seeds, Life cereal, cinnamon, and craisins all put together. Nice little trail mix. You don't have to go buy the trail mix that's already mixed up. Just whatever you like, put it all together. Something like this, and you got you a pretty nice little snack. I was telling you guys about the trail mix, and old Jazz almost snuck some eggs. Didn't you, Jazzy? Of course, Jazz has got her supper here. I'll wait to feed that for her just a little bit. Let's see how these eggs turned out. What do you think, bud? I bet they're good. You know what I forgot? A little sea salt. Hot. 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 Easy. Hot. Old Jazz and her brother Sammy can eat with a fork. Watch this. Yeah, I know, I get a little dog germs. Oh well. Whatever. Now there's a little tip I can give you. You notice how we're doing this one course at a time? When you're camping or backpacking, especially if it's cold outside, just do one course at a time. Eat it, be done with it, go to the next one. Because if you try to make a breakfast, like and have pancakes and eggs and get it all together at the same time like you do at home, and whoa, you get to sit down and eat, it never works. It just absolutely doesn't work. Because everything cools down so fast. Woo, dog. Wow. Can you eat all that? Oh, yeah. All right, bud. Here's another little tip for you if you're going to go out backpacking and camping and doing stuff like this here. And believe you me, this is the beginners, somebody that's really never done this before and really wants to get out there and try backpacking, try hiking, try camping out in the woods. You know, these are just little tips for them. You know, I know anybody that's an experienced backpacker knows this kind of stuff. And every once in a while on my channel, on the comments, I'll get somebody right in and go, come on, dude, everybody knows that. Not necessarily, not the beginners. We were all beginners at one time, and a lot of times on my channel, I really focus on the people that haven't done the things that I do in case they want to get started on it. I try to show them the right way. I try to guide them through it, but then at that point right there, experience takes over on their own part, and they're going to learn so much themselves. To my point I was getting to is right now, I would say it's probably an hour before dark. And in the woods, it gets dark a lot faster, especially with the trees when the canopies are up in the trees. It really gets dark fast. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start putting everything away, and I'm going to get it 100% ready. Once darkness falls, it falls so fast and it gets still, and you kind of want to be in your sleeping bag. You want to be able to get everything organized, get yourself nice and warm, get the Jazz stir nice and warm, and we're all settled in for the night. That's very important. A lot of times, I mean, I've done this from experience. I've been out and I piddle around, and all of a sudden it's like, oh man, it's getting dark, and I got this stuff to do, and darkness catches me. Then I got to get a flashlight out or a headlamp or something like that. Anyways, think about that next time you go. I hope you go. It's a lot of fun. Hoosier National Forest, that's where me and Jazz are, It's the Two Lakes Trail, the Two Lakes Loop Trail, 16 miles all the way around, but you don't have to do that. You can do 2 miles in, 2 miles out, do a mile, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just come out and enjoy it. Hoosier National Forest. I tell you what, beautiful, beautiful part of the country. That's funny. She just dove her head down like a fox does in snow, just buried it in the leaves. Something running around. Well, I must say, that was a pretty good supper. That was worth waiting. We didn't have lunch, so that was the only meal we're going to have today, but that was really good. Didn't do the butter toast, decided to save that for tomorrow. I was digging in my pocket. Had to put a new battery in the camera, and daggone if I didn't find some string cheese. Another nice thing about winter, you can carry stuff like that around and it doesn't go bad. Well, found that string cheese and thought I'd enjoy it myself. Jazz was out looking for mice or whatever, moles or whatever she's digging for. Thought, oh man, she doesn't know. I'm not going to tell her. As soon as I ripped the package open, dogs are funny. Man, I tell you what, their sense of smell, their eyesight, their hearing, they're good to have out in the wilderness with you, because if Jazz looks somewhere, I look too. Jazz head goes up and she starts smelling, I'll try to do the same thing, because man, they know stuff way before you know it, for sure. So there's another good example when you take your dog hiking in the woods. Things like this, you just gotta warn them, because there's a real good chance something is in this tree. You know, probably a raccoon, but it's hard to say. And you know what? You just don't want them to get their face bit off. I've seen some videos where dogs get bit and the animal tries to drag them inside there. Get back, Jazz. Get back. Get back, Jessie. Get back. I doubt if there's anything up there that I can see, but anyways, come on, Jazz, let's go. Come on. So take charge when it comes to your dog, you know. If you're out and about with them and you see something like that, just get them away from it. A good way for them to get bit. Another thing you got to kind of watch, I don't really know what you can really do about this. You know, a lot of people trap coyotes and stuff. And my goodness, you could imagine if your dog got caught in a trap, you know, some kind of a snare. Man, it'd be hard to get them out. But, you know, what do you do about that? There's always stuff that could hurt them. I don't know. Just got to kind of be aware, you know, because a dog will go everywhere. A dog will make 10 times the steps you do, all over the place. It's not because they have 4 legs either, just because they roam. They roam a lot. Look at her. See that pointer in her? She's a pointer. Uh-oh. Something's spooking her. Something's really got her spooked. Look at that. Huh. That's interesting. There she is again. Just kind of really freaked out in this area right here. You see, Jazz knows when something's up a tree too. On the property, she'll look. She's always looking up, because she knows raccoons and possums and things like that climb trees. But you know, when I see her doing stuff like this, my first impression is it's probably a raccoon, but it may be a bobcat. Maybe a big bobcat, which I do not want her to try to fight. So we may exit this area here shortly. Yeah, there's that tree she's looking up, and look at that gap going up there. Pretty good size. Yeah, something lives up there. Yeah, here's that big creek that comes in that we couldn't cross over earlier if you want to do the trail. You can see it's pretty good size. And I think at times You know, this is flash flood area right here, so at times this water would be like a river going through here. Big time. Jazz, get back. Don't go down there. But that's pretty. Meandering stream. Yeah, I like it. That's pretty. I'd say this tree wins the prize for the coolest tree I've seen today. It's a shag bark hickory, I believe. But what it is, it's a bat motel. Actually, it's a bat high-rise. They love to perch in all those little things all the way up there. That is a cool looking tree. Yeah, I think something's living in this tree. Watch out. Watch out. Jazzy, you better get out of there. Yeah, that's right. Get out of there. Jazz is not the only one that'll be tired. Packing that big old pack back here, trying to find a spot. Finally did, getting everything set up. If you watch my videos, there's plenty of times I say, ooh, I'm going to get a good night's sleep out in the woods. Doesn't happen. Stuff happens out in the woods all the time. Noises, animals, you name it. So anyways, we'll see what happens tonight. Hey, I am glad you came along. I hope you get a good night's sleep. Me and Jazz. She's ate up when it comes to those animals. I got a feeling the way she's looking around, there's a lot of animals out here too. If something don't happen this evening, I'll have the camera back on tomorrow. We'll cook some breakfast, load up, and on back to the cabin. Oh, hey, I appreciate you coming to the channel. It's LAF Space Film Fest. Capital LAF Space Film Fest. Hey, if you would, hammer down that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Helps me to come places like this. Take the Jazz Monster with me. Do some backpacking. Pass on some tips and experiences that I've had to you guys. You can pass them on to your friends. Hey, share them all the way across the world. All right. Sun's about ready to set. We better get on back to camp. Get ready for a nice evening. It's going to be chilly. I do see some cloud cover coming in too. I bet Jazz sleeps good. She'll be tired. Old Jazz hears everything. See, this is why I didn't want to put the rain fly on. Because it's always nice when you can look out. Got a feeling she'll be looking out all night. She's a tired girl, though. She's tired. Heads are sinking. It's sunset. And me and Jazz decided to come on in the tent. Kind of relax a little bit. It's a little bit early to kind of be crawling in the sleeping bags, but I got a feeling we're both pretty tired and we're gonna crash out pretty soon. Then again, I got a feeling as many trees as she was wanting to climb out there, there's a lot of animals around here. I hope it's not like the Buffalo River. One time me and my son Alex went on the Buffalo River and we camped in a place, and I swear we should have known better, because as we were setting up camp, we were down at the water's edge and there were so many raccoon tracks. It looked like a super highway. And we were kind of joking about it. Boy, it was no joke. Once it got dark, man, those things kept coming and coming and coming. And we'd scare some of them away. We tried to pepper spray some of them and they would still turn around and keep coming like an army. That was crazy. A scenic wilderness area designated. Okay, Jazz, you ready to go to sleep? All right, the Dana Design K2 Terraframe is ready for the trail. Let's go hit the Hoosier National Forest. Oh yeah. Everything look good, Sammy? All right, thank you. Inspection. Beep beep. Good. Good dog. Good. There you go. That's a good dog. Good one.